taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
To you. Standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Indianapolis-Scecina High School for the IndianaSRN High School Baseball Game of the Week. Tonight, it's Covenant Christian at 2 and 4. The Crusaders of Scecina coming in at 1 and 5. Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group, along with Aspen Creek Grill, Burtner Electric, Boilermaker Local 374, Passion to Care, Clean Slate, Piper Logistics, the IndianaSRN Sports Page, and the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. As we prepare for tonight's matchup, let's go to our public address announcer for today's starting lineups.
Now for tonight's starting lineups. First, for the Covenant Christian Warriors. At center field, number 24, Nolan Moore. Catching, number 27, Nolan Jones. At left field, number 12, Blake Cope. At shortstop, number 2, Ty Gillespie. At second base, number 13, Henry Boyce. At third base, number 1, Jameson Laughlin. Designated hitter, number 6, Weston Egan. At first base, number 17, Connor Cruz. At right field, number 4, Jack Anderson. And pitching tonight, number 7, Gabe Unger. And now for the official lineup for the Scecina Memorial Crusaders. At center field, number 2, DJ Mendez. Catching, number 9, Dominic McKiernan. Designated Designated hitter, number 11, Caden Logan. Shortstop, number 21, Brady Ray. At second base, number 25, Manny Romo. At third base, number 0, Keaton Nolan. Number 22, Henry Weimer. At first base, number 5, Will Battles. And at right field, number 4, Max Douglas.
And again, there are your starting lineups for tonight's matchup. Troy Nergowski along with Coach Keith Myers. And, Coach, it's a windy day. In fact, that wind makes it feel really, really cold here this afternoon, and these two teams have kind of battled this. In fact, everybody in the state of Indiana has battled this all season long, and tonight, hopefully we'll keep the rain out of here and at least get this ball game in.
Well, at 3 o'clock today, we had sunny skies and 64 degrees. 15 minutes later, we had pea-sized hail and rain. The wind is at 35 miles and gusting, and last night we had a wind gust, and it calmed down late in the game with the lacrosse. But pea-sized hail and trying to set up for a baseball game is very interesting. But we're ready to go, and both of these teams very good baseball teams. Next year, this will be a conference ball game. We'll probably meet a little bit more than today, but seeding for the city tournament, as you know, Troy, a few weeks away, might be very important to get this game in and win this game if you're one of these two teams.
All right, and again, we'll see two pitchers that are trying to get themselves established here early, as Max Douglas will go today for Scecina, and he has thrown 8 innings this year, giving up 11 hits, 13 runs, 8 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, and 1 walk. He is 0-1 on the season. You know, other thing about this tonight, Coach, is that when you're pitching in conditions like this, it's a little bit cold, don't have a great grip on the baseball. It could wreak havoc on the outfielders depending on where that ball's going to be hit. And as you mentioned earlier, the way that wind is swirling around, you're going to need a lot of help tonight for these pitchers.
Well, first of all, with the brand-new facility that the Scecina has, this is all turf. The mound is probably the highest I have seen. I know it's regulation. It's the highest I've seen this year so far. The turf is going to maintain all those things, and that will be a big factor because you're no longer playing on natural grass. The true hop will take place for you. Both of these teams are probably adapt to that because most of the games now are played on turf. But what a beautiful facility this is.
Here's how things will line up defensively tonight for Scecina. We mentioned the right-hander Douglas on the mound. Knowlton is behind the plate. Weimer's at first base. Battles at second. Mendez at short. Ray's at third. Romo, Plunkett, and McKiernan are from left to right in the outfield here in this brand new facility. As you get a look at Scecina's baseball facility, their practice football facility, taking up the center field and right field portion, but it's really a very, very nice ballpark. And I know, Coach, they're not done yet. They've got a lot of work still to be done, including the batting cages and such, but it's really a good start for this baseball program.
And it's named after Larry Nineluger, and I will tell you, being an ex-coach on this coaching staff, Larry was a great man. He got me started coaching many, many years ago, passed away many years ago. Judy, his lovely wife, threw out the first pitch a couple of weeks ago. Bounced it a couple times, but got there. But what a beautiful an honor and a memorial for Larry Nineluger for being in this facility. This community's been very special to me over the last 60-plus years, and it's a privilege to call our first game of the season right here. Warriors need to win a game, though, right?
Yep, no doubt about it. Covenant Christian again coming in at 2-4. Nolan Moore will lead it off, hitting .429 with an RBI this year. He has a couple of triples to his credit. He'll swing away. First one is hit down the third base line, knocked down by the third baseman Ray. And Nolan Moore will be on with the infield base hit, and a good start here for the Warriors.
I tell you what, he didn't look at a pitch. He went quick.
That'll bring up now Nolan Jones, 250 on the year with 3 runs driven in. So good start for Nolan Moore, as we mentioned, with that .429 average, and the pitch is on the way and a breaking ball in there for a strike. This is a Warriors team opened up with that win over Irvington Prep 22-0, and then they lost to Carmel, a doubleheader to Brebeuf before coming back and beating Ben Davis, and then they lose to Guerin Catholic by a final of 5-0. as a team only hitting at 259. They're averaging nearly 7 runs per game. Good lead at first base, Moore. And a throw over for the second time. Now, in high school baseball, you can throw over there as much as you want. Major League Baseball, you can throw over there twice. If you throw over there a third time, then that counts as a ball. So it really did change a lot in Major League Baseball and the ability to steal bases. Good jump. Throws in there for a strike and a stolen base by Nolan Moore.
You know, you talked about throwing over there. That rule is up for review, not until 2026, but I guarantee you, I think a lot of coaches will tell you, let's get that done. We need to expedite this game as well. High school baseball, and the most part, running a little more than 2.5 hours to 3 hours long.
There's a high fly ball into left field. Steady in the wind there is Romo to make the catch, and staying at second base will be Nolan Moore, and there's one away.
And you saw right there how the wind took that ball, and it's going to play havoc for you a little bit.
So that'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Blake Cope. Cope on the year hitting a .333. 6 runs driven in. You mentioned a Covenant team that is only averaging about 6 hits per game. This is a high fly ball into left field. This could be trouble for the left fielder as he turns and drops it. Heading to third and rounding third and scoring the first run of the ball game will be Nolan Moore, and it's 1-0. Covenant give the air there to Romo.
Just took the ball, drove, got in the wind. Really tough to play that play.
Well, we mentioned the wind is going to be a factor here tonight. Ty Gillespie steps to the plate now with a 1-0 lead. Gillespie at a .308 on the year. He has driven in 3. And we mentioned Douglas has given up 13 runs this year. There's a big cut and a miss, and Gillespie's down at 0-1.
I dig his shoes. I think everybody should have a pair of those shoes.
I agree. Now, do you buy 2 pairs?
Oh, no, you just buy – no. Well, yeah, I guess you do.
Yeah, because you got to mix them up. That pitch is outside.
You know, there was a basketball player, I forget where it was, but he had one gold and one green shoe, and I asked him if he bought 2 pairs of shoes. He goes, yeah, Mom and Dad paid for them, so it was pretty easy.
Yeah, I bet they did. I bet they're not cheap either, are they?
No.
1 ball, 1 strike.
10% of every shoe dollar out there.
Pitches up high, 2-1. You would like 10%?
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't we all?
I'd
take that.
Did you see Ben's shoes today? His new leather Michael Jordan's.
Yeah.
I think Jordan 17s.
Yeah, I bet they are.
Mm-hmm.
2 balls and a strike, 1 away. Stretch and the pitch, and a breaking ball in there for a strike. That leaving it up at 2-2.
And if we're going to mess with our crew, we might as well mess with our camera guy too. He came in with that yellow Syncret top today. It just looked hideous, but he's behind the camera, so.
You know what he's talking about, Miller? I have no clue what he's talking about. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Throw to second base, not in time to get Cope. We are just underway here at Scecina. We have high school baseball, college baseball coming up throughout the spring. We had, of course, girls lacrosse last night. This one hit well down the left field line. That'll be a fair ball. That's going to score the second run of the ball game. Gillespie heading to second with a stand-up double, and a good start here for the Warriors.
And they're not waiting on the pitches. They're jumping on them right away. They're Troy.
Yeah, they certainly are. And that was a pitch laid out over the plate at 2-2. And the one thing that I'm sure Douglas did not want to do is go down 3-2 in the count. So that'll bring up now Boyce. Henry at 267. He's driven in 4 on the year. Well, if you're Covenant right now, you can't ask for much of a better start than this one. They've had some really tough starts this year. This one is hit into center field, and this is going to be trouble diving and unable to make the catch is Plunkett. Rounding third will be Gillespie. He will score. And in with the double, back-to-back doubles, Henry Boyce. It's 3-0.
Tell you what, center fielder left his feet maybe a little bit too soon. And just went right past him. He's fortunate it didn't go all the way to the wall.
The wind, by the way, from what I can tell, is blowing in from right field. So
yes.
I'm sure that's kind of a difficult play. And the way the wind is blowing now, you want to stay back on a little bit. simply because of the gusting of the wind as James Laughlin will step to the plate. 167 hitter and takes the pitch up high. So I don't blame Plunkett trying to play a little bit deeper on these fly balls. You look at this Covenant team, they had just one hit against Carmel. There's a strike.
But look at that schedule they have. I mean, both of these teams have a very, very tough schedule.
Yeah, and you look at the Brebeuf game, first game of that doubleheader, they had just one hit there. They had one hit against Guerin. So this is really good if you're a Covenant fan, as this was hit into right field for a base hit, heading to the plate, scoring the run, and staying at first base will be Laughlin, and it's 4-0 here in the top of the first inning. What a start here for the Warriors. That's now 3 base hits in a row, 4 in the inning. And that'll now bring up the designated hitter, Bryce Egan, and a visit to the mound and a tough start for Douglas.
You know, Coach Gandalf out on the mound, telling him maybe check his mechanics. I think he's just throwing the ball over the plate, and they're just slapping the ball everywhere.
Well, the one thing about it so far, Keith, he hasn't fallen down in the count like he's at.
No, he's been ahead, actually.
Yeah, he's
a couple of times.
No worse than 2-2, in which Gillespie hit that one double. But, again, this all started really when you think about Nolan Moore getting that infield base hit, and then you had the error on Romo and left, and it's just spiraling since then. And as you see Bryce Egan step to the plate, a 167 hitter. He has driven in 2 on the year.
Next to bat, Covenant Christian, number 6, Weston Egan.
I'm sure at this point, how long will you go with Douglas in today's matchup? There's a swing and a miss.
Well, if I probably recognize Scecina will probably have a doubleheader tomorrow. So you're going to use 2 pitchers tomorrow, and then you play again on Tuesday. You might have to go 2 or 3 innings here.
That one is a fly ball into left center field. Coming over will be Plunkett. He'll make the catch for 2 away, and retreating back to first base will be Laughlin, and that'll bring up Connor Cruz.
And that was a hit and run because he was halfway down to second base when contact was made.
Cruz, by the way, 0 for 7 on the year. He does not have a batting average to this point. He does have 1 RBI.
That was like my average when I was in high school.
0?
0.
Yeah.
Yep. Got hit by a lot of pitches.
Same as the scoring average in basketball, right?
Thank you very much, Troy.
And how many yards you rushed in football? Swing and a miss.
And my winning streak in basketball as a coach.
You like that number there?
It fits me well. It reminds me of a donut. I love donuts. Chocolate filled, please.
By the way, this Crusaders team coming off a win over Monrovia, 8-0. Runner takes off. This one down the line. That's going to be extra bases once again. Deep in the corner. Romo has to go a long way to get it.
He's going to send him.
Rounding third is Laughlin, and he will score easily.
Wow.
And one at first inning. It's 5-0.
How about speed out at second base?
That is now 3 doubles in the inning for Covenant Christian. And they are jumping on that fastball because that's about the third one down the line, either in right field or in left field.
Christian, number 4, Jack Anderson.
Here's Jack Anderson. Anderson is 0 for 11 on the year. He does have an RBI.
Troy, it looks like everyone gets rewarded with sunflower seeds once you get it to a double, because that is the second time the Mariners come out and give them a handful of sunflower seeds.
Here's the pitch on the way. This one is going to be hit into right field. That's going to be a tough one. That falls in for another base hit, and another run will score. Anderson picks up his second run driven in on the year, and the onslaught continues here for Covenant Christian. They will bat around here in the first inning. And that'll bring up Nolan Moore. Had the infield base hit, stolen base, and a run scored. Crusaders offensively are going to have to put up some big numbers here tonight as that pitch is high and outside, but you look at their ERA coming in. And by the way, this is not a very good hitting Scecina team, at least at this stage. But their ERA continues to go up here in this one. Moore way up in the box. Is that pitch in there for a strike?
I tell you what, a 6th spot in the first innings, you feel pretty comfortable if you're a pitcher.
I really would. Yeah, if you're Unger, you got to feel you've got some nice
Thanks,
run
fellas.
support.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Stretch here by Douglas. The pitch on the way. Runner takes off, pitches inside, and a throw is late by the catcher, Knowlton. I'm not sure if he got that ball caught up in his catcher's mitt or not, but that'll be a stolen base for Anderson. Second stolen base now for Covenant Christian. And the count, 2 balls and a strike now to Nolan Moore. 2 away here in the top of inning number 1. The pitch on the way is a breaking ball, popped up the right side. The right fielder, McKiernan, is there. Near the line, he'll make the catch, and the inning is finally over. But for Covenant Christian, the Warriors end up plating 6 runs in the top half of the first inning. After half inning of play, the Warriors 6, Crusaders coming to bat.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Gabe Unger will be going today for the Warriors. Unger so far this year has thrown just 4 innings, giving up 8 hits, 6 runs, all earned with 6 strikeouts and 2 walks. He is 0-1 on the season with an ERA of 10.50. He'll face a Crusaders team that, Keith, is only hitting at .228 this year. They're averaging just 3 runs per game and only 5 hits per contest. They got a couple of dangerous hitters. We're going to see the first one in DJ Mendez, but after Mendez, you have Romo at .429. Other than that, everybody kind of struggling early in the year.
Yeah, and it's still kind of early. You're 6 games in, 7 games in. It's not been very warm at all. You had rain. I mean, we're very fortunate this is a turf field because I guarantee you this would never have been played anywhere in the state of Indiana the last 3 days. We had 3 inches of rain yesterday.
Doesn't help, does it?
No.
Well, here is DJ Mendez, 529 on the year, 2 runs driven in. He'll step in from the right side and face the right-hander Gabe Unger.
What a great kid. This kid wants to do radio, TV, and Troy, you think you have a great voice? This guy has a voice for radio.
Are you talking about Unger or are you talking about Mendez? Okay.
Mendez.
Well,
he wanted to take your place tonight, but he said he'd rather play.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't mind leading off. There's a strike.
Well, in Wyoming, didn't you bat about 900?
Batted over 500 my junior year and almost 500 my senior year.
There you go.
Yeah.
Couldn't quarterback, but you could hit the ball.
You dang straight. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Chopped foul.
You know, Miller used to play baseball.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, 8-year-old Pee-wees.
This is his first game in high school for a while, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It'll be Mendez, McKiernan, and Logan leading things off. Here in the bottom of the first inning, that'll be foul tipped, and Mendez will stay alive.
You know, the more we pick on him, the more he comes to work. I love it. I'm glad he's with our crew tonight. Yeah.
So if you pick on him, he'll show that's an incentive to come to work.
I think DM likes working with us.
1-2 pitch on the way, hit well but foul. By the way, not only do we have a lot of high school baseball to bring you, certainly the only network that will bring you boys and girls high school lacrosse this year, but we're also, I think on Sunday, not this Sunday, but the next Sunday, doing our first HCAC game.
And also track and field next week as Daniel's crew goes down and does the outdoor track and field with Rose Hallman. I think 12 teams.
Wow.
Doing in that tournament. So in that track event.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Mendez. Here's the pitch and a ground ball toward the shortstop. Gillespie charging and throwing. He's got a great arm, and the first baseman keeping his foot on the bag. Nice job there by Cruz, and there's one away.
And you might want to put it on your schedule. The second week of May is the IHSAA baseball tournament.
Yeah. Here's Dominic McKiernan, killer, as we've been told earlier, right?
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
That's a killer of the baseball more than anything. 111 on the year. He has an RBI. Big right-handed hitter steps in, and the first pitch in there for a strike. Yeah, if you're not watching what's happening in the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, that thing's going to be really tight, just like basketball was in both the men's and the women's. This one hit into center field. That's going to fall in front of Moore for the base hit. So McKiernan on, first base hit tonight for the Crusaders, and that'll bring up Caden Logan, the DH, at 3:08 with 3 runs driven in. Well, you're down 6-0. Odds are you're probably not going to run a whole lot here, as Logan, again, a left-handed hitter. And you need base runners with certainly the deficit you've dug so far.
Well, you would think that, Troy, but I would think you want to be a little aggressive because if they come up to plate and do another 3 or 4 spot on you, now you're in trouble.
And then the backside of that, too, Coach, if you get your guy thrown out of second base, then you're wondering, what do we do there, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No balls and a strike now to Logan. The stretch and the pitch on the way is a good breaking pitch.
That hit beautifully.
Now, here's one thing you can do. If you're Unger and you have a 6 spot on the board already, you can start throwing a couple of things, experiment with some things that maybe you haven't done yet this spring. Fastball hit straight back, and we'll stay at 0-2.
And that's when your pitching coach goes to the manager and say, okay, we're going to do this, this, and this. And the coach goes, say, okay, let's try it. But if he gets in trouble, then he's got to go back. Yeah, he's got to go right back to his stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they scripted his innings today. I know we did when I coached here at Scecina. We scripted those innings.
Swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball, and Logan down for out number 2. First strikeout by Unger, and that'll bring up now Brady Ray. Ray at 182 on the year. Ray, a big fella from the right side. So now with 2 away, snap throw to first, not in time. Well, it is, again, like you said earlier, Coach, it's pretty early, and I know Scecina got off to a slow start. That'll be chopped foul. They ended up losing their opener at Warren Central. They only managed 2 hits in that game. They lose to Bishop Chittard.
A game they should have won. Gave up 5 runs in 1 inning.
Lost it 9-4. They were swept by Cascade 8-2 and 11-1 as that pitch is up high.
But I will tell you, Troy, that Cascade team in 2A is going to be a power. Going to be tough out in the tournament.
Yeah.
Very, very good hitting and pitching there.
Yeah, they gave up 19 runs in that doubleheader. Speaking of Scecina, breaking ball, hit foul. We'll go to 1-2.
You talk about this Covenant team. Last year, we had them in the state finals at Victory Field.
Yeah.
Loses a very close ball game. If they could hit the ball, they probably win that game because they had a lot of men left on base.
They certainly did. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch on the way is a little bit outside. We'll go to 2-2.
And I'm sure no one wants to remind them of that. So,
when they lost some pretty good players off that team too. So,
very good pitching.
The break-even pitch on the way, hit foul down the right field line, and that'll go out of play. We'll stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. By the way, you talk about a player like DJ Mendez, and he has had 2-hit games, I think, in just about every game so far. And if he hasn't, he's actually pitched pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Probably won't see him tonight. Is that pitch in there? Called strike, and Brady Ray caught looking. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Unger, and that will do it for Scecina. After 1, Covenant leads at 6-0.
Covenant Christian leads 6-0.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a From scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
High school baseball in IndianaSRN is brought to you in part by Officially Human. Their mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and the court. Thanks to our officials, because without them, we don't play. And also thanks to Tam's Sweet and Savory Cafe. They offer traditional food like Grandma used to make. Great staff as well. Check them out Wednesday through Sunday. If you'd like more information on Tam's Sweet and Savory Cafe, give them a call at 317-760-1640.
You want to ask?
About what? What's on tomorrow?
No. Do you want to ask if I went today?
Did you go today?
Chicken sandwich, extra crispy chips,
yeah,
Diet Coke.
Number 27.
Very good.
Nothing for dessert?
Well, yeah, I have a ding-dong cake waiting for me.
Ding-dong cake.
Yep.
Here's Nolan Jones, 0 for 1 tonight, swings at the first pitch.
My lovely wife had a salad.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. Well, she's got to eat healthy for us. Somebody's got to eat healthy for us.
Yeah. You're not yet.
Not next year.
Here's the wind and the pitch. Next year.
Yeah, this is the year of Myers.
1 ball and 1 strike.
Are you kidding me? All the games I'm working with you this summer? I can't wait to get a hot dog tonight.
That pitch in there for a strike. I thought you were on a diet already.
I don't know. All I know is Troy, Coach, Ben, and Miller is on that list a lot of times. We're going to travel a lot of games together this summer.
That pitch is low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. It'll be Jones, Cope, and Gillespie here in the top of inning number 2. By the way, Douglas back out for another inning of work after getting roughed up for those 6 runs in the first inning. And this, by the way, will be his first 3-2 count of the night. It's been a Covenant team that's been swinging very early in the count. He only had a 2-2 count against Gillespie, and then they rattled off 2 doubles, a single, another double, another single, and then they also came back and scored 3 more runs after that. So there's a swing and a miss and a strikeout of Jones. There's 1 away.
He went right back at him with his fastball, went down.
Well, that's got to be a little bit of a confidence builder there for Douglas. And here is Blake Cope, who reached on that error on Romo in left field, scored 1 of the 6 runs. So now Douglas set to throw on the pitch is outside for a ball.
Covenant Christian moving to a different conference next year. Will be playing Scecina regularly in the conference along with Ritter and Speedway and those teams.
That'll be good for them, won't it?
Yeah, I think it will be a very good mood for them football-wise as well.
Certainly will, I'm sure, help them across the board, and that pitch is a breaking ball just outside 3-0.
A lot of changes in high school baseball with conferences, new conferences started. Yeah. I know IndianaSRN is going to have a couple exclusive teams that we will follow in different conferences.
There's a strike. Are you just teasing us?
I'm teasing. Give us I'm not allowed to say anything until July 1st.
Okay. All right.
But I will tell you our football season is loaded.
Really? Here's your 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss.
And I can tell you this, that Covenant Christian is on that football schedule.
Oh, very good.
9 weeks. Great athletic director, great sponsor. They've been with us 17 years.
No kidding.
It's a great time.
Here is the 3-2 pitch on the way, and it's low for ball 4. By the way, believe it or not, that is the first walk given up tonight by Douglas.
And 6 runs. That's pretty amazing.
That's a lot of hits.
Yes, sir.
Here is Gillespie. Doubled, scored in the first inning. He had that one laced down the left field line, and it probably was the shoes.
It was the shoes.
So let's see if Covenant will continue to run here. Is that breaking pitch in there for a strike?
Joe Haggerty is our public address announcer.
Doing a fantastic job tonight, by the way. And I tell you what, I got to give him credit because he gave you his seat.
I know. Amazing, isn't it?
Popped him up, and it'll go foul.
I was hoping he would give me his hot dog and his Reese cup, but he didn't.
Well, he did say he would leave and go get you something.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Did he really say that?
He did say that.
I didn't agree to that.
No balls and 2 strikes now to Gillespie. Short lead at first by Cope. Douglas taking a look over that right shoulder, and the pitch in there for a strike, and Gillespie caught looking.
Yeah, swing at that pitch. That was beautiful.
Boy, especially when you're 0-2, anything close, you got to be swinging there, and that's a big strike again for Douglas. It'll bring up Henry Boyce.
That could give you some confidence going into the innings.
A lot. Well, and that also shows, again, your coaching staff has got to have some confidence in you, even if you have a rough inning, that they can send you back out there and let you try to do the job.
Well, I'll also tell you that the coaching staff of Covenant Christian says, okay, we're not going to dilly-dally today. You're going to go up there and you're going to start swinging.
Yeah.
That has paid off for that big inning.
No kidding. 1 ball, no strikes now to Boyce. A double and a run scored. Takes the pitch low and outside. It's 2-0. Scecina playing at their brand new ballpark here.
Beautiful.
And it is certainly. And when they start finishing everything, it's going to be one of the top baseball facilities, not only in the city but in the state.
Well, the City Alliance has chosen them to be one of the sites for the semifinals of the city tournament.
Oh, good.
And we are back here 3 more times this season.
That pitch is going to be low and inside for ball 4. Second walk given up in the inning.
In fact, we will be here next week against Indianapolis Lutheran.
Yep.
And then that Saturday we're here for, well, you're back here for the Heritage Christian.
I'm back here Wednesday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Now a meeting here is Knowlton out to talk to Douglas. Hate to see this inning get away. You've had 2 strikeouts, gave up 2 walks, and Laughlin steps to the plate. He singled and scored in the first inning.
Well, right now, if you're the catcher, what you're just saying is you got speed at second base. Let's just get 1 out, get the ball. Let's put the ball on the ground. Let's get out of the inning.
Mendez over to talk with Cope down at second base, and Battles over there as well. Battles, I'll tell you what, he's going to stay right there, and there's a big gap between first and second. The pitch on the way, low and inside for a ball. I don't know if Laughlin can hit that way, but...
Boy, if he can, he's got triple.
Well, not only that, the center fielder, Plunkett, is shaded toward left field. The right fielder, McCarron, and he's pretty much straight away. There's a huge gap between center and right. So everything that would go that way could be a big-time hit right here. The pitch on the way. Ground ball to the left side. Backhanded by the shortstop. Throw to first is not in time. Gets away from Weimer. A run will score. Heading to third will be Boyce. Into second base will be Laughlin. And it's now 7-0.
Nice play. In fact, the arm was there, and I think he was going to play the hop and just going to get it done.
See if I don't know if they'll score that a hit or an error, but it was in the hole. I think they'll probably give him an error on that one. It'll be the second error of the ball game now by Scecina. And that'll bring up now Bryce Egan. And that's the one thing, Coach, you didn't want to see happen right there. When Douglas got those 2 strikeouts, he had 2 outs, and you wanted to really see him get out of the inning. Popped up to the right side.
Tough play.
Well, he's coming in on it. He'll make the one-handed catch, and that will do it for inning number 2. But the Warriors end up getting a run. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Covenant Christian leads it 7-0.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
High school baseball on IndianaSRN brought to you in part by Wheeler Mission. For 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. If you'd like more information on volunteering, give them a call at 317-686-6239. We head to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Romo, Knowlton, and Weimer all due up. Covenant with that 7-0 lead, and back out once again will be the right-hander Unger.
Next to bat for the Crusaders.
Coming into this one with an ERA of 10.50. Would love to really lower that one here today. And his first pitch to Romo's in there for a strike. Now, Romo, the second best hitter on the team average-wise at .429. He has 1 RBI on the season. Unger's next pitch is a fastball up high, 1-1. If you're just joining us, things have kind of settled down a little bit. We had some pretty strong winds when we started this game. There's a strike. In fact, there were some pop-up thunderstorms that were going on. We had the one, as Keith mentioned, kind of come through here earlier, somewhere around 3:30 in that area. Next pitch is going to be hit into right field, and coming on to make the catch will be the right fielder Anderson, and there's one away. Anderson playing that one perfectly in right field, and that'll bring up now Keaton Knowlton.
Crusaders, number 0, Keaton Knowlton.
Knowlton at 200 on the year with 4 runs driven in. Tomorrow, of course, we'll be back on the high school girls lacrosse circuit as we'll have Evansville Memorial and Avon. That'll take place down in Southport. We'll have that one tomorrow afternoon at about 12:30. There's a breaking pitch in there for a strike. As Coach mentioned, we'll be back here Wednesday when Scecina will be hosting Indianapolis Lutheran. And that pitch a little bit outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. This is the first plate appearance for Knowlton here tonight. Unger gets the sign from Jones. Here's the pitch on the way, and that caught the inside corner for strike 2. Center fielder Moore is shaded a little bit toward left field as that breaking pitch is outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. More of a waste pitch that time for Unger. We mentioned Scecina's had their issues. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's outside 3-2. Just not able to put a whole lot of runs together per game when you think about a team that's hitting at .228, only scoring 3 runs per contest. The 8 they had really up that average. There's a swing and a miss, and Knowlton is gone. That'll be the 3rd strikeout now for Unger tonight. And with 2 away, that'll bring up now Henry Weimer. Weimer 0 for 2 on the year.
Henry Weimer.
So no batting average, has not driven in a run yet. And Unger set to go to work, the lay kick and the pitch, and that one way outside. And we'll go to 1 ball, no strikes. Scecina has played a pretty good schedule to begin the year. Your coach was talking about Cascade, and of course they lose to Lafayette Central Catholic. There's a strike. Mendez had a pretty good day there, a couple of hits and an RBI. Brady Ray, 6 innings, 6 strikeouts. Pitches inside, 2-1. Here's the 2-1 delivery, and it's inside, 3-1. Will Battles on deck, a 154 hitter. 1 hit so far is all the Crusaders can put together, and that's going to be a walk. First walk of the night for Unger. And Weimer heads down to first base, and that'll bring up Battles again at 154 with a couple of runs driven in. Battles will be a close second
Will Battles.
in the classiest shoes department tonight, as he has orange on one foot and blue and yellow on the other. That pitch is outside 1-0. Once again, the center fielder more shaded toward left field for the right-handed hitter. And the pitch is low, 2 balls, no strikes. So far, Dominic McKiernan, the only base hit for the Crusaders. There's a strike. You're hoping if you're a fan of the Crusaders, you can get something going here in the bottom of the second inning. That'll be a slow chopper to the third baseman. Has time. Low throw gets away from the first baseman, Cruz. That'll be an error on Laughlin. And they will hold the runner at third as Weimer makes his way to third base. We'll have runners at first and third with 2 away. And Laughlin had plenty of time and just took something off the throw, and that'll be the first error of the night for the Warriors, and that'll bring up now Max Douglas. So Douglas can help his own cause right here, the number 9 hitter, hitting at .333 on the year. And for the first time tonight, the Crusaders have a runner in scoring position. They fake to third, and they'll throw to first. And, of course, now Cruz tried to sell it there, that it went by him to see if he could get Battles to come off the base. So stepping back in will be Douglas. First pitch he will see. He is outside for a ball. Sunshine here at Scecina. Here's the stretch and the pitch on the way. Hit well and high into left field. Cope going back on it near the warning track, and he will make the catch as he backs into the fence. Douglas gave it a ride, but that's going to do it for the Crusaders here in the second inning. They strand 2 runners. We'll head to the third. Covenant leads it 7-0.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
High school baseball here in IndianaSRN, brought to you by Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. Start your career with Boilermaker Local Union 374. Give them a call at 219-845-1000. We head to the third. It'll be Cruz, Anderson, and Moore. This is a Covenant team that is now, everybody will have seen Douglas twice in the first 3 innings. Generally, when you get to see a pitcher the second time this early, you may not get him again in this inning, but your odds are probably pretty good if you see him again in the next inning.
Yep.
That you'll have seen everything he has to offer in 4 innings of work. Cruz doubled one of the 3 doubles that Covenant had back in the first inning. He also scored one of those 6 runs.
Third, next to bat from Covenant Christian, number 17, Connor Cruz.
Cruz, by the way, getting his first hit of the year. The pitch by Douglas is on the way, hit sharply into center field. Going back on it is Plunkett. Has plenty of room, 1 pitch and 1 out here in the third.
I tell you what, that's a pretty good hit.
It is. Now, we don't know what the dimensions are. I don't think they have the signs up yet here at their new ballpark.
The old ballpark, that was 410 feet, and I don't think that's 410 any longer.
Now, was that ballpark here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Here is Anderson,
Oh,
1-for-1.
Where we are sitting, Troy, just imagine 25 feet up, and that's where home plate was.
No
so
kidding.
this diamond is back about 25 feet from where it used to be.
Here's a fly ball. This could be trouble into right field. Coming on the run and making the catch is McKiernan for out number 2.
When they made the changes to make sure they could have a football facility as well, earlier today they had a softball practice out here. They'll be playing softball in this diamond as well. They'll remove the mound and they'll put a softball mound out, and they'll move the bases up.
Here is Nolan Moore.
In fact, I do believe we're doing their senior night for their softball program.
This one hit down the right side, and it's going to go out of play. By the way, Nolan Moore tonight singled, stole a base, scored a run in the first, flew out in the first as well, so he's 1 for 2 tonight. The one thing for sure, and I don't know facility-wise if they're planning on doing a stadium. I noticed they're doing some work over to our right. That breaking pitch in there for a strike, it'll be 0-2, so I'm hoping maybe they'll put a football stadium over there.
I do believe what they're going to do is put that as Kentucky Bluegrass, and they will use that as their football practice field on the weeks that they will probably not have turf.
Pitch is outside, 1-2.
Their home football games are either played at Chittard or Indy in the last couple of years.
1 ball and 2 strikes now to Moore. And the pitch is a little bit outside, 2-2.
But what a facility, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, beautiful upgrades. Moore steps in as Douglas set to throw, and the right-hander's pitch is on the way, ripped foul.
Now, when you're a baseball player, if there's raining and no lightning and thunder, you know you're going to play because there's not going to be many rainouts.
Yeah. Well, in the many years I was in Richmond covering Earlham, they ended up they got out of McBride Stadium where it was all grass, got their own facility, and they probably play 85% of their games at home. This one's going to be popped up. Knowlton and Douglas. It'll be Douglas calling off Norton, and that will do it for the 3rd inning. A 1-2-3 for Douglas. No runs there for the Warriors. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. Warriors lead at 7-0.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group. Their mission is building better futures one story at a time. They acknowledge the whole person and their individual story. For more information, give them a call at 317-472-7600. Top of the order here for Scecina. In the bottom of the 3rd inning, it'll be Mendez, McKiernan, and Logan.
Our thoughts with Mrs. Morales. She's not feeling well. Hope that she gets better. Morales Group's been with us a long time.
Mendez 0 for 1 tonight.
Next to bat for the Crusaders, number 2, DJ Mendez.
Mentioned Mendez hit coming into this one, hitting at 429. So they'd love to get him on base here in the 3rd. Tell you what, Coach, that wind has really died down. I don't know how you felt going out there, but
it felt pretty comfortable.
Pitches outside.
I'm glad I have my SRN sweatshirt, but it was pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's the hot dog?
I haven't touched it yet.
No.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. One of us must have clarity when we're talking, because just in case something
What are
happens.
you saying, Troy?
Just in case,
I don't have clarity.
If you choke on that hot dog, then at least nobody's going to give you mouth to mouth. So one of us has to.
It took Ben 4.5 seconds to get rid of his hot dog.
1 ball, 2 strikes now to Mendez. As I've warned you before, and I'll say it again, nobody in this press box will give you mouth to mouth, so don't choke.
Debbie's in the stand somewhere.
Is she?
Yeah, just called for her.
Debbie Myers, your husband is choking.
Dying.
That pitch is outside, 2-2.
Your husband is going to visit heaven and stay there.
Unless you get up here quickly. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
After the day I'm having today, heaven sounds great.
Break-even pitches outside. We'll go to 3-2. So far, just 1 walk given up by Unger. Here this evening, he has a couple of strikeouts. Those came back in the first and second innings. This one lifted in his center field.
Oh, that stayed up there, Troy.
Yeah, Moore was there for the catch, and there's 1 away. Well, they've gotten the most dangerous hitter in the Scecina lineup in DJ Mendez twice now, and that'll bring up now Dominic McKiernan.
What they also added to this facility is down on across the parking lot is an indoor batting cage area.
Really?
Which is pretty, it's fairly new.
Well, I know that.
And now you just talk about the wind, and guess what picked up?
Yeah, here come the clouds back again once more, and that pitch is up high. Well, I know they were talking about the batting cage that they'll have out here.
Yes.
But it's always nice to have one that you can go inside. Pitch is on the way. This one is going to be hit, line drive just over the outstretched arms of Gillespie. A 1-out single there for McKiernan, and he's 2 for 2 tonight. That'll bring up Caden Logan.
Looked like the curveball was going to fool him, and he fought it off.
Logan struck out back in the first inning. The number 3 hitter in the order here for the Crusaders. You know, it is a little bit of an adjustment when you were talking about the mound area, and that, again, as you said, is removable, as that one's going to be popped up, and that's going to go out of play. As a pitcher on a dirt mound, it's a little bit different on that step than it would be on the turf.
And also, you're changing your cleats. You're now no longer wearing spikes. You're now wearing either tennis shoes or the rubber spikes.
And that does change a little bit on how your delivery and the release of the baseball, so it takes a little bit of getting used to if you haven't pitched on one of these. And the same thing as a hitter. Breaking ball, swing and a miss.
I think when we do the IHSAA baseball, we see that in the early rounds where the pitchers are used to a dirt mound and now coming off of a synthetic turf type of thing.
The 0-2 and check
swing.
Got him. Did he go around? Yes, they will say Logan went around. He didn't agree, but he will be out number 2 the second time he has struck out tonight, and that'll bring up Brady Ray.
Next back for the Crusaders, number 21, Brady
And I think
Ray.
that is a little bit of an advantage, too, from a standpoint. You get the natural bounce as a fielder. As if you work off a field like this, and I was going to mention the hitters, they can't dig in at home plate like you normally would if you have a dirt field, as that one is in there for a strike. So you got what you got, and you got to basically deal with it as a hitter.
You know, we have done games at Kevin and Christian, a beautiful dirt diamond, and I think you're exactly right if he just gets hit by the pitch.
So that'll put runners at first and second, and that'll bring up Manny Romo. First hit batter of the night for Unger.
Crusaders, number
Romo lined out his first time up in the second inning. So for 2 innings in a row now, the Crusaders have a runner in scoring position. Time will be called here as the hitter will step out, Romo. McKiernan at second base, Rays at first. The stretch and the pitch is low for a ball. Romo at 429 on the year coming in, and that pitch almost got him. So now Unger a little bit of trouble again here in the third. He left a runner stranded at third in the second inning. The pitch is a breaking ball, and it's in there for a strike. If you're Romo at this point, certainly want to be patient as a hitter. Well, not too patient. Swing and a miss. You need some runs here. Down 7-0 as we play in the third. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here comes that sun again. Here's the pitch, way outside. We'll go 3-2. Second 3-2 count in the inning now for Unger to the 2 best hitters. And this one hit foul. Well, things can change quickly when you look at the way that Douglas was pitching. Gave up those 6 runs in the first inning, another run in the second. Pitched really well in the third as that one nearly thrown into center field by Unger, as Boyce showing his vertical to able to reach up and grab that one.
This is a big batter here for Kevin and Christian to get out.
And the payoff pitch on the way is inside for ball 4, and that's going to load him up. First time tonight that the Crusaders have had the bases loaded.
And no movement on the dugout.
That is the second walk given up now by Unger.
Here comes the pitching coach.
Keaton Knowlton is next. Knowlton only a 200 hitter, a strikeout victim back in the second inning, but he's also driven in 4, and now there is your bullpen ready to get active. There is not a bullpen down the right field line, so the catcher and the relief pitcher have to make their way down the left field line.
And here comes DeShager with the helmet.
Must have a protection guy there. Mm-hmm. All right, so here we go. Bases loaded, 2 away here in the bottom of the third inning.
Keaton Nolan. Bases are loaded.
You get a couple crooked numbers here.
Yeah, this could be a big inning, and that's a strike. Knowlton, as we mentioned, struck out his last time up. The stretch and the pitch on the way is up high, 1-1.
He's battling here, though.
Now, this is probably, again, where the coach came out and said, listen, just throw some strikes here. Breaking pitch in there for a strike. Looked a little high from here, but we'll go to 1-2. That's the pitch you probably counted on, that you would hope that the umpire would give you all the time, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go fastball up here high?
I am not sure what I would do here, to be honest with you. If you're up 1-2, you might waste one like he just did right there. But I don't want to waste too many of them. Again, this is only a 200 hitter. Certainly have to take that into account, and you have a right-handed pitcher and a right-handed hitter, which favors the hitter, or I should say the pitcher, as that's going to be fouled away. We'll go to 2-2. Whatever I'm going to do here, Coach, I want to keep it low in the strike zone. If anything, he's going to
I think you go curveball here.
Well, you're not hurt by anything if you miss, other than it'll go to 3-2. But keep it low enough where he can't get it in the air. Breaking pitch, got him swinging. Second strikeout of the inning, and a big one right there for Unger. And the bases left loaded here in the third for Scecina. We'll head to the fourth inning. It's all Covenant right now, leading at 7-0.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
High school baseball brought to you by Piper Logistics. They're a group of logistics professionals dedicated on working together to provide our clients with a complete logistics package. They have offices in Indianapolis as well as Cincinnati. If you'd like more information on Piper Logistics, give them a call at 317-396-1023. And, Coach, how big was that for Unger to get that strikeout? And you look at the big side of that, and really for Scecina, too, they had an opportunity right there to maybe at least get a couple of runs.
Yeah, you get a base hit, you score 2, maybe even 3. You feel pretty good self going into the top of the fourth inning, maybe down 7-3. Now you're down still 7-0. If you're Covenant Christian, you put your foot on the gas pedal and you go.
Yeah. Well, as you said earlier, too, if you're playing tomorrow and you have a doubleheader, you want to save some arms, you don't want to go to your bullpen.
And you want to get out of this win.
Yeah.
Get out of this win. And tomorrow, 68 for the high tomorrow.
Sunny.
Yes. We will be doing lacrosse tomorrow morning at 12:30 in the afternoon. I'd like to remind you, if you're a big fan of IndianaSRN and you would like to see more high school sports on the network, there's a donate button right there. Just click on it and say $500. You would be amazed how many games we could do for that. It's IndianaSRN, your sports leader.
All right, the first pitch in there for a strike to Nolan Jones. That one on the inside corner. Jones 0 for 2 tonight.
We would take $50 too.
And a hot dog.
Yep.
Here's the 0-1. Hit well. The third baseman snags it. Ready to throw to first, and there is one away. Let me tell you what, right now, Douglas is pitching really well after that rough start. You think he gave up the 1 run in the second inning. If maybe only gives up 1 or 2 runs in the first, it's a 3-0 ball game, and you're still in this thing. But since then, he's really thrown well.
And again, you look at if his offense would have scored last inning, he would probably be even feeling a little bit better.
I guarantee he would be. Pitches outside, 1 ball, no strikes. By the way, Blake Cope reached on an error in the first inning, walked in the second. He has scored 2 runs. Douglas's next pitch, hit up the middle. Could be a tough play. Mendez charging, throwing,
got him.
And got him. What a throw there by Mendez.
He is just really, really good.
And 2 quick outs. And by the way, that is now 6 in a row set down by Douglas. And here's Ty Gillespie. Gillespie doubled and scored and struck out looking.
Mendez should be slated for the All-City Athlete of the Year. Baseball, football, basketball. Good kid. Smart kid.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. This is going to be another tough one for Mendez. Charging, throwing again, and what a strong arm. And another 1-2-3 inning for Douglas and the Crusaders. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Covenant leads at 7-0.
Covenant Christian 7, Scecina Memorial 0.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
We never really realize how much we depend on electricity until the power goes out. Get those lights back on when you choose the certified electricians at Bertner Electric Incorporated. Locally owned and operated, we are a member of the Better Business Bureau and provide only the highest quality of customer service. For more information, give us a call today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
High school baseball here on Indiana SRN. The game of the week brought to you in part by Passion to Care. They're dedicated to helping you care for a loved one. Through Indiana State programs, they can provide financial compensation. If you'd like more information on Passion to Care, call 833-420-6640. Bottom of the fourth, it'll be Weimer, Battles, and Douglas. And if you are a Crusader fan, it's time to get things rolling. You left the bases loaded in the third inning. You left a runner in scoring position in the second inning. That's 3 runs at least right there. When you talk about 3 that are left in scoring position, could have been a 7-3 ball game at the least. And so now from an offensive standpoint, need to get something going against Unger, who's back in for another inning of work.
Hey, Troy, don't forget, at the top half of the 5th inning, we will have the clean slate baseball trivia.
Really?
Yes.
By the way, I think we have a new pitcher.
Number 6.
Number 6, that is Bryce Egan. So Egan,
new pitcher for
who was the DH, is now
6.
pitching. Unger is done for the night. We saw Egan go to the bullpen as Weimer steps in, and this one is going to be a one-hopper to the first baseman. Egan covering the bag, and there's one away. Weimer now 0 for 1 on the night. Like that, 1 pitch, 1 out.
Yes, sir.
3 innings of work for Unger tonight. Gave up just a couple of base hits. He walked 2, ended up striking out 5.
Will Battles.
Here's Will Battles. Battles reached on an error his first time up, and the pitch is outside for a ball. So Gabe Unger, who came in with an ERA at 10.50, will lower that ERA a little bit. There's a chopper at the plate, foul, and goes off the ankle there of Battles.
That hurts.
We were doing lacrosse last night, and that little yellow ball.
Oh, yeah.
That,
the pill?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And talking about, now, it's not as hard as a baseball, but if you ever grab one of those balls and feel how hard they are on a cold day, I was hoping you'd take a couple of shots.
Well, I will tell you this. The goalie took one off the knee, and
Yes.
it went about 30 yards.
Yeah, it did.
And she didn't flinch.
All she did was bend her leg one time. That was it. And there's no padding, by the way,
on a
goalie.
Maybe the chest protector. I think that's the only thing.
That's about it, yeah. Anything below the waist, nothing.
Our women, the women's lacrosse girls were very athletic last night.
That one hit to the screen. Will go to 1 and 2. I have seen over the years in lacrosse where a ball will go off the shin, that somebody will fire that thing and hit them off the shin, and they will go down. So, believe me, that does hurt. Ground ball to the right side. Diving the second baseman. Throw to first. What a play by the second baseman, Boyce.
Boy, did he pop back up and made a play.
That's the defensive play of the game right
so
there.
So far, yes, sir. And how about the catcher running 90 feet for the backup?
Exactly what he's supposed to do. Here's Max Douglas. Douglas flew out his only time up back in the second inning. Starting pitcher tonight for the Crusaders. Takes that pitch in there for a strike. Well, one thing about it, when you get a ground ball like that on the turf, that thing will roll to you more often than not, as that's hit foul. You don't have the grass to deal with to have it slow down.
I tell you what, you got a lot of room over here, though, on both of these sides of the
in foul territory.
Field. Yes, sir.
And I tell you what, first baseman and third baseman, they love that. Don't want to, certainly in many respects, get too close to that fence and you start thinking about how am I going to play this foul ball and lose an opportunity. Ground ball, third baseman, that'll be a fair ball. Long throw across the diamond, stretching, and no, they pulled him off the bag. Laughlin Had a decent throw, but it's going to pull Cruz off the bag, and we'll have Douglas on at first base.
I think Laughlin had a little bit more time. I think he rushed the throw.
Well, that's going to cost him his second error of the night. And here's DJ Mendez.
And this is not who you want to face with runners on base.
But the good news is, if you are Covenant, he's 0 for 2 tonight, so they've held him in check. Runner takes off the pitch way off the mark, and the throw not in time. That was not a good pitch for Jones to handle. So Douglas will get a stolen base, and he, by the way, wasted no time.
And I'm here to tell you, the pitcher didn't hold him on long.
No. Probably caught him a little bit off guard. He caught us off guard. I don't think I was expecting him to steal. Down 7-0. Egan's with the pitch. And it didn't miss by much, and we'll go to 2 balls, no strikes. Chance here for the Crusaders to get on the board here in the bottom of the 4th inning, trailing at 7-0. Douglas with good speed. We saw that a little bit ago with a stolen base at second. Egan will throw to the bag and not in time to get Douglas. Six runs in that first inning by Covenant Christian, really setting the tone for this one so far tonight. Whew. Pitches up high.
It would not hurt you to walk him. I mean, you got to go and attack, but I would have. I don't know right here.
Well, I'd rather face him than I'd rather face McKiernan, who's a 111 hitter, than Mendez at 529.
Yeah, if I'm at 3-0 right now, I'd throw this thing outside and make him go chase.
The pitch is on the way, and he threw it right in there for a strike. Yeah, I'm not so sure. I don't disagree with you at all. I don't want Mendez to hurt me here. Not sure what they're looking at down near the dugout.
You had a player outside the dugout.
Okay. So again, the lead at second by Douglas. Egan gets the sign and will throw to second base. And the only problem I have with that is if you're going to turn and throw, because he kind of stepped off the rubber, and then when he twisted, he didn't really get anything on the throw.
And really, this runner is not really a big deal for you.
Means nothing. Right now, you concentrate on the best hitter on the team, and that's Mendez.
And you throw strikes.
Here's the pitch.
Nice pitch.
Hit foul.
Boy, he just got a little bit of that.
Well, he kind of knew he missed it.
Yes.
That's one of those they'll tell you he'd love to have that one back.
Now he starts talking to himself.
Yeah. Well, that wind has picked up again a little bit here in the 4th inning.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. And I think it's blowing straight in, too. Here is the payoff pitch on the way, grounded to the shortstop. Gillespie to throw to first, and they will get Mendez for out number 3. And for the Crusaders, they leave another runner in scoring position. Here in the 4th inning, we head to inning number 5. It's Covenant leading at 7-0.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Head of the 5th inning, and Keith Myers, by the way, teased us moments ago. We have the clean slate baseball trivia here in the top of the 5th inning. Now, let me ask you real quick.
Okay.
Is this a Major League question?
Major League Baseball.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Anybody in the booth can answer it.
All right.
Please raise your hand.
Okay.
Or if you're a Miller, just raise your toe.
Okay.
Okay. Which team ranks second in World Series wins? Is it the New York Mets, the Chicago Cubs, the Boston Red Sox, or the St. Louis Cardinals?
St. Louis Cardinals.
You didn't raise your hand.
I did. You didn't see it.
How many?
9 or is it 7? Is it 9?
You're good.
Yeah, thank you.
You want a bonus question?
Sure.
What Major League Baseball player was wore number 14 for the Cincinnati Reds?
Oh, come on.
Just asking.
Pete Rose.
There you go.
Yeah, you got another one?
Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Which Major League Baseball team in Canada is based in which city?
Well, they used to have more than one, but it is Toronto.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what the Montreal team was called, don't you?
The Expos.
There you go.
Yep. Thank you very much.
All right, we will head. Boy, those are too easy.
Well, wait a minute. I got to thank Clean Slate. Thanks, Clean Slate.
Thank you, Clean
Okay.
Slate. All right.
You're back.
Clean Slate, 5th inning trivia.
Mm-hmm.
We will head now to the 5th inning. Leading it off will be Henry Boyce. And by the way, Douglas still out there. He has sailed along over the last 2 1/3 innings as he has retired 7 in a row. Squaring to bunt is Boyce, and he will fall down at 0-1.
Every baseball game will be the 5th inning Clean Slate. You might want to write that down. Notes there.
Got it right there.
Okay.
0-1 now to Boyce. Boyce a double and a walk tonight, a run scored. Pitch is high and inside. Your first one I thought was really a decent question, but that second one was just a little bit off.
My wife would be not able to answer that question.
Pitch is on the way, and there for a strike.
Huge Cardinal fan.
Of course.
Someone in the booth is a Chicago White Sox fan.
No, Cubs.
Oh, is he a Cubs fan?
He's a Cubs fan, yeah.
I
don't know any White Sox fans.
Oh, yes, you do.
Popped him up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But I think the White Sox are off to what are they, 2-13 or 2-9?
We're playing pretty well.
Are you a White Sox fan?
I'm a White Sox fan and a Boston Red Sox fan.
I knew Red Sox, but I didn't even care about the White Sox.
In fact, my Red Sox shirt has not been out of the closet yet because we haven't got even 7 wins yet.
Yeah.
Wait till we get 7 wins.
The White Sox may not get 7 all year.
All year.
1-2, the count here to Boyce.
True fact, back in the day, the old Comiskey ballpark, you did not want to walk by yourself at night.
No, you don't. You still don't want to walk in the south side.
Well, it's a lot better than it was.
And by the way, they're already complaining wanting a new stadium.
Really?
Yep. Here's the 1-2. Inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I did know that NBC Sports picked up their contract again for the White Sox.
For the White Sox? That's a waste of money, huh? 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Wow.
Now to Boyce. Here is Douglas. The pitch on the way, swing and a miss, and a nice piece of pitching there for Douglas.
I'm hoping that the NBC folks are not listening to our broadcast tonight.
They would get more of an audience helping us.
I will tell you this. People don't realize this, but we've reached 1.3 million people last year.
We did.
That is incredible.
It is. That is great. Here's Laughlin, 1 for 2 tonight. The pitch is low and inside.
So if you're a sponsor out there and you go, wow, contact us at coach@IndianaSRN.org.
You have to go all caps on that?
No.
Pitch is up high, 2-0.
Want to say hello to Sean Crawl, who is listening tonight.
Where's he at?
He's probably in a nice warm house right now watching big screen TV on Covenant Christian.
That one's popped into the screen. It looks like it actually clipped over and went completely out of the ballpark. It'll go to 2-1.
I just hope it didn't hit Ben's car.
It didn't hit mine. I'm in VIP parking tonight.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
You had valet?
I didn't need one because I parked so nice and close, and it's amazing. All you have to do is just tell them who you are, and next thing you know, you got front row parking.
You know where I had to park?
Way out there.
Community Hospital. I had to walk.
2 balls and a strike now to Laughlin, and the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. We'll go to 2-2. You were ready to ring him up. It was only 2-1.
Yeah. Remind me back in my umpire day.
Yeah. Got a little ahead of yourself?
Yeah, a lot.
A lot. Douglas set to throw, and the break-even pitch, swing and a miss, and back-to-back strikeouts of Boyce and Laughlin, and there's 2 away. Right now, Douglas is a much different-looking pitcher than he was in those first couple of innings.
Next to bat for Covenant Christian, number 6.
This is a Covenant Christian team, who, by the way, has not had a hit
in 3 innings
since inning number 1. The pitch on the way is hit down the line. There you go. There is a base hit by Egan. And he will round first and stay there with a 2-out single.
If you watched his hips, though, Troy, he pulled that ball. He knew where that ball was coming and did a nice job.
9 in a row were set down by Douglas up until that base hit. The last base hit that Covenant had, you have to go back to the first inning, and that was the Jack Anderson base hit. Here is Connor Cruz, who had a double in the first.
Speed out on the bases.
Well, Egan picking up his first hit of the night, now 1 for 3. And this one will be lofted into center field, and it's going to fall in for a base hit. Plunkett started to wait on it a little bit, and he waited too long, and then by the time he regained, he ends up giving up the double there, and now runners at second and third.
That's the second time he's left his feet maybe a little bit too early.
For Covenant Christian number 4.
Let that ball bounce right in front of you if you're going to try to catch that on the hop.
Well, otherwise, really, I don't know if the wind bothered him. Again, we talked about the wind is blowing straight in center field. Here's Anderson.
Yeah, it's straight. It is blowing straight in.
So I'm not so sure I wouldn't play a little bit up on this, as that's hit foul. Anderson got his first base hit of the year back in inning number 1. He has a stolen base. He's 1 for 2. And now we need a couple of new baseballs. Well, if the wind, I'm going to mention it again. I'm watching the flag to the right side.
Right.
And it is still blowing pretty hard. So if I'm an outfielder, I come in a couple of steps. 0-1 now to Anderson. And a swing and a miss. That's a home run cut there by Anderson.
You got 2 outs here.
Yes, sir. First 2 outs were strikeouts of Boyce and Laughlin.
You know, you talk about baseball. One of the things that this turf does do is rough up those baseballs.
The stretch and the pitch popped him up foul.
That's out of play.
And we'll stay at no balls and 2 strikes now to Jack Anderson.
Baseball schedule continues next week.
Yep. We're back here.
Tuesday night?
Wednesday
night. Against Indianapolis Lutheran?
Yep.
And then next Saturday, you're a Heritage Christian for a single game, doubleheader game.
Single game or a doubleheader?
It's a single. You're doing only one game. It's a doubleheader, but we're only doing game 1.
Okay. Why don't we do game 2, and that way you have stats from game 1?
Because they only paid for one game. I will be on location somewhere next week. I'm going to be doing some research next week.
Well, tell us more. Here's the pitch, and that's down the line. Third baseman Ray throw to first in time, and somehow Douglas got out of that inning. He struck out the first 2 and then gave up the base hit to Egan and the double to Cruz, but he gets out of it with the ground ball of Jack Anderson. We'll head to the bottom half of the 5th, 7-0, Covenant Christian.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
High school baseball here on IndianaSRN. Want to remind you it is a copyright production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and the IHSAA is strictly prohibited. By the way, new pitcher will be number 34 who has stepped in. That's going to be Weston Laughlin, excuse me. He's a freshman.
Pitching change for Covenant.
He wears number 34. We'll try to find some numbers for you in the pitching department. So far this year, Weston has thrown just 6 innings, giving up 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, with a strikeout and 3 walks. Third pitcher used tonight now by Covenant. And Dominic McKiernan will step in, the number 2 hitter. 2 for 2 tonight.
Oh.
Swings at the first pitch and misses. He's down at 0-1.
Mrs. Myers is here with her winter jacket. She said, "You sound terrific."
Winter jacket? Not that cold, is it?
You know where she's from?
Where?
She's a warm-blooded lady. It's down in Columbus, man. It's warm. It's probably 90 degrees in Columbus,
that
Indiana.
whole hour south of us. Huh?
How was the lunar eclipse at your place? The eclipse at your place?
Perfect.
You get to see everything?
Yep.
You use your glasses?
Yep. There's a base hit into left field. How about it the night for Dominic McKiernan, the killer?
He's 3 of 3.
3 of 3. Yeah, it was perfect. My backyard, no trees in the way or anything.
Yeah.
So.
Any fireworks or anything during?
No, none.
Huh?
I can hear them way off in the distance.
I'm sure you could.
But none in my house. Yeah. No gunshots either. No. Here is Caden Logan.
Ben brought that up. That's glorious.
It's way foul. That only comes out at nighttime.
Let me tell you, if you're new to our coverage, if Troy is in the booth with Ben, there will be gunfire coming.
Caden Logan has struck out twice tonight.
We are family.
Well, let me tell you what, and this coming to Scecina is good for me because it's less than 2 miles away from my house. So I love coming here.
You could ride your bike here.
I could ride my bike, yes. The stretch by Laughlin and the pitch, swing and a miss.
I love high school baseball, though. I can't wait till it gets really, really warm.
Yeah.
Early this fall, spring and summer.
Well, it's been rough. I mean, we had a tough week last week getting games in. That's going to be a wild pitch by Laughlin as McKiernan heads to second.
And I will just tell you, Little League Baseball looks like it's going to be on the horizon for IndianaSRN as well.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You got all kinds of things in the fire, don't you?
Sponsorships would be very helpful. We're going to put a lot of young men and young ladies on the air.
That'd be fantastic. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The stretch and the time called here by Logan. Are you going to enlighten us on what you're going to be doing next Saturday?
Going to be very busy.
You're not going to tell us?
No.
It's going to be filed away. You do a lot of that, don't you? You kind of tease us, and then we never hear about it again.
You know, the nice thing is the president of the company is, on a road trip this week.
Yeah, Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, I get to go on the road trip next week.
You're not going to Vegas, though?
No, Fortville, Indiana. Just how about that?
Fortville, Indiana.
Yes, sir.
A little different than Vegas.
Couple of miles difference.
Yeah, I would say so.
Time change. I think it's the same time change, though.
Close.
Yeah. Okay.
You're right on the border. The stretch and the 1-2 pitch. Chopped right side, could be a tough play. Laughlin comes off the mound quickly, throws to first as McKiernan advancing to third. So 1 away here in the 5th inning, and that'll bring up now Brady Ray.
Next to bat for the Crusaders.
Ray caught looking in the first and hit by pitch in the third. He's 0 for 1 tonight. So is there something special going on in Mount Vernon that you're not going to tell us about, or you just going to tease us again?
No, I'm not.
All right.
You're writing a book?
You're going to give me that, leave that chapter out part, right? 1 ball, no strikes now to Ray.
Chapter 13, working with Troy Daragowski.
What a challenge. Ground ball in the hole. Backhanded, and Gillespie able to knock it down, but the throw to first not in time. And Scecina gets on the board. Brady Ray is going to get a hit for that one. That one deep in the hole there for Gillespie to handle, and that'll bring up now Manny Romo.
Next to bat for the Crusaders, number 25, Manny Romo.
What a nice crowd on hand tonight, you know?
Yeah. They're all bundled up. I can see some folks down here to my right.
Heating blankets.
In winter clothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that you and Miller looked at the same coordinator today, shorts coordinator.
Yeah, that's right. Pitch is on the way. It's up high for a ball. Two balls and no strikes now to Romo. Ray the lead at first, and the pitch low and outside.
Freshman pitcher's having a hard time getting the ball over the plate.
Yes, he is.
But this is the time you throw him, correct?
Yep.
Get him some experience.
Yep. 7-0 lead. And it's out. I would say
Whoa,
that caught the outside
outside
corner. Ooh. If you're a pitcher you love, that's right.
Yes, sir. And you just say you would like to have it a lot.
Question is, if you throw it there again, will you get the same call?
Yes, sir, he did.
All right.
That's a smart – that pitcher right there understood what he got, went right back to it.
And I go there again. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
I throw a fastball here.
Ground ball foul, third base side. Whatever I'm going to throw, I want to try to get it on the outside where it was on those 2 strikes. I want Romo to reach for it if I can, and nothing worse than maybe a ground ball out. The stretch by Laughlin. And the pitch lifted high in the air to center field, driving the center fielder back, and Moore makes the catch on the run. Boy, he gave that one a ride into the wind, and there's 2 away.
Boy, that was a fat pitch, too. Woo.
So here is now Keaton Knowlton. Knowlton has struck out twice.
Crusaders, number 0, Keaton Knowlton.
Well, if you're Crusaders, you finally get that goose egg off the board here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Chance to maybe get another run here as that pitch is outside for a ball. As we mentioned, third pitcher now used by Covenant Christian here tonight. Throw to first, that more of a courtesy throw than a good move that time by Laughlin. By the way, there are no lights here at this ballpark, and I'm sure at this stage we're probably in pretty good shape from where the sun is. That's going to be a strike. But you don't want a game to go too long on a night that you don't have maybe a lot of sunshine, right?
That's correct.
'Cause you're going to run out of the sun, and that's going to be an issue. Pitch is up high, and you can start a game at 5:30. And we've had some high school games, as you've talked about, they can go sometimes 3 hours.
Yes, sir.
And by the time 8:30 rolls around, it's pretty dark. Pitch is high and inside, 3-1.
With the time change, so did the game times of these high school games. These games used to be played at 4 o'clock and 4:30 in the afternoon.
3 balls and a strike as Knowlton steps in, takes that one for a strike, and it's full now to the number 6 hitter.
I'm really surprised that some teams still today play at 4:45. But, a lot of diamonds now have lights, though, on the facility, in the facilities.
That one hit well down the left field line and out of play. Well, the advantage you have a lot of times with teams around Indianapolis is you probably could start games at 4:30, 4:45.
Umpires.
Umpires are the issue, yes.
Though, Troy, I remember playing in the 70s, and we played at 4:10, and we always had umpires.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
More umpires then, right?
Yeah, a lot more.
That's going to be chopped foul. Well, in today's atmosphere of people not wanting to be an umpire and a basketball official and a football official, we had that issue last night with lacrosse. Had only 2 officials because they just don't have enough to go around when everybody plays on one night.
You know, thanks to our friends Officially Human, who's trying to take care of that. Passport getaway.
Yep, going to be a swing and a miss, and the throw to first base goes over the first baseman's head, and everybody is safe. So that'll be a strikeout of Knowlton and an error on the catcher Jones. As the third error tonight on Covenant. So that'll bring up now Henry Weimer.
Back for the Crusaders, number 22, Henry Weimer.
Well, Jones, if he just takes his time right there and makes a accurate throw, you're out of the inning. But now Crusaders have a chance here to get another run with Ray advancing all the way to third.
Ryan McGinnis is now pitch running at first base.
So again, McGinnis at first.
That was a typical throw, don't you think, Troy?
Yeah. I thought it would have been a routine throw for sure, as that pitch is high and inside, ball one. You're talking about, that's Ryland McGincy?
Yes, I'm sorry.
So McGincy, again, pinch running down at first base.
Can't read my own writing.
It's all right. Popped up in the infield. Should be playable here for Gillespie. He'll squeeze it, and that will do it for the Crusaders here in the fifth inning. They do pick up a run. We hit inning number 6, 7-1, Covenant.
7, Scecina Memorial 1.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Bertner Electric Incorporated is fully licensed and bonded electrical contractor for your protection. Our electricians are available 24/7 for service calls and specialize in electrical service and storm damage repair. For more information, give us a call today.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Family Source Insurance, your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Contact them today for all of your insurance needs at 317-894-7000. And by the way, Douglas back out for another inning of work. And we talked about this earlier, Coach, that he's a much different pitcher now than what we saw in the first inning. And I would say inning and a third, because after that, he had not given up a hit since the first inning. He gave up a couple of walks and then, of course, had the error that was committed by Mendez. Other than that, he has been very, very good.
He may just be throwing for a complete game.
I think he could. And how rare is that you're going to possibly throw a complete game and you're down 7-1?
Wow. You know, after the second inning, as you said, he settled down after the second inning and has goose eggs the rest of the time. Very interesting.
Well, he's going to go to work against the top of the order. It's scheduled to be Moore, Jones, and Cope, 1, 2, and 3 here in the sixth inning.
Reminder, high school baseball on IndianaSRN. We'll also have some softball games for you, lacrosse for you, track and field. And coming in May, the IHSAA Division III Championships right here on IndianaSRN. Month of June's very busy for us. And if you would like to help us with high school football, we're looking for sponsorships right now for high school football. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org.
Nolan Moore tonight, 1 for 3, had that infield base hit back in the first inning, also has a stolen base tonight. He has flown out twice to right field. So Douglas ready to go to work once again for the Crusaders, and his breaking pitch in there for a strike.
School is just 7 weeks away from being completed.
Wow. That's a high fly ball into left field. Romo going back now, comes in. Did he make the catch? I think he did. Nice diving catch by Romo. He adjusted and did it just in time, by the way. Otherwise, that would have been another really tough play there for Romo.
Next to bat for Covenant Christian.
Nice job by the umpire to coming out behind the plate to get that angle to see that out.
So here is Nolan Jones. Nolan is 0 for 3. Well, I mentioned that a little bit ago when we saw Plunkett in center field, and he was playing back on that last fly ball, and he had to make an effort to come get the last one hit to him, and he didn't get to it. This time we saw Romo going back on it. He thought it was hit a little bit deeper, and it was, but as we mentioned, the way that wind is blowing in, you're probably going to want to take a couple of steps in. That pitch in there for a strike now to Jones.
Wind is actually picking up here, Troy.
It has. Died down, and then it's come back. 0-1 to Jones. Came in as a 250 hitter. Now Douglas ready to go to work once again, and the breaking pitch is outside, 1-1.
However, we've gained 2 degrees since we started playing baseball.
A whole 2.
Yes.
The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball past the third baseman. Is that going to be a fair ball or a foul ball? It's going to be a foul ball. I was watching the home plate umpire to see what he was going to call, and he really didn't call anything.
I don't think he called it.
Now, he's give him a little due here. He's got to look down the line into the sun now,
yeah,
so that
tough.
could be tough. Here's your 1-2 pitch.
Got him.
Swing and a miss, and that'll do it for Jones. Good fastball that time by Douglas, and that'll bring up Blake Cope.
Next to bat for Covenant Christian, number 12, Blake Cope.
5 strikeouts now by Douglas. Cope has scored a couple of runs tonight. Did I hear a sigh down there? You okay?
I'm fine.
Okay. That pitch is going to be ripped right to the first baseman, Weimer, who snags it for out number 3 in another 1-2-3 inning for Douglas and the Crusaders. We head to the bottom of the 6th, 7-1, Covenant.
To you. Standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Head to the bottom of the 6th inning here at what?
Hey.
What?
I thought I was supposed to come in.
No.
No.
At Scecina.
Fine. Hello, everybody.
By the way, Nolan Moore takes over now for Covenant. He'll be the 4th pitcher that they've used so far tonight.
Can I say hello now?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Want to say hello to all the Covenant Christian fans that are watching tonight. Appreciate it. Andy Gossel, longtime athletic director and baseball coach, watching from Pennsylvania, working for the Iron Pigs. You ever seen them play?
I've never seen them
Iron
play.
Pigs are pretty good.
Never have.
The Indianapolis Indians are on a road trip. They will be back home on Tuesday.
And finally have some warm weather, huh?
Our own Daniel Miller is running some production for the Indianapolis Indians this year.
All right.
Going to be doing some work for Down the Line, the show that we do for the Indianapolis Indians.
No wonder Miller's got money in his pocket all the time.
Well, I think he can't wait till the Razor Shine Day.
I bet.
September, it's going to be fun.
By the way, Moore coming in from center field. I do not have my binoculars. I guess I do here somewhere. We need to find out who's in center field now. That's your job. Pitch on the way by Moore. Pop him up right side. Should be an easy play for the first baseman as Cruz will snag that one. And there's one away. Will Battles now 0 for 3 tonight. And that'll bring up now Douglas.
Razor Shine, longtime Indianapolis Indian player. getting honored in September. You're not from Indianapolis, correct, Troy?
No.
Oh, Razor could play.
I heard of him, though. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
You've ever heard of Ben Wood?
I have.
He could play baseball back in the day.
I heard him long before he even got here.
I hear he's a very good basketball player as well.
So Max Douglas 0 for 2 tonight. The new center fielder. We'll get to him in a moment. There's a strike. Douglas, I don't think liked that call too much.
No, I don't think I would like that call. That was a little high.
Henry Boyce has now moved to center field.
Oh, got him.
And there is another strike.
That's the second time I wanted to call him out on 2 strikes.
So Boyce again in center. That pitch missing will go full count 3-2. We'll get your new second baseman. That's going to be Laughlin, who's moved to second base. It was just on the mound, and that pitch low and outside for a ball. And a walk now by Moore, and that'll bring up now DJ Mendez, top of the order.
Next to bat for the Crusaders, number 2, DJ Mendez.
So we got the defensive changes, at least to this point now for Covenant. Mendez 0 for 3 tonight will take the pitch high for a ball. It is also unusual that you would see the team that a lot of times winning by a 7-1 score has used as many pitchers as Covenant has. And on the other side, you have Max Douglas, who potentially could go the distance tonight. Pitches inside. And yet he's down 7-1. Mendez grounded out in the first, flew out in the third, and grounded out in the fourth. The throw to first not in time. Gabe Unger started tonight's contest. Then Egan, Laughlin, and now Moore. 2 balls and no strikes to Mendez. Throw to first again. Now here's another situation that you think that for Moore, the one thing I would want him to do is just concentrate on getting Mendez. You're up by 6 runs. That guy at first base doesn't mean a whole lot of anything. He'll take off, and this one hit down the right field line. That could be trouble. That'll be a fair ball. Douglas rounding third. He's going to score. Deep in the corner is Anderson. Heading to third will be Mendez with a stand-up triple. And it's now 7-2.
I tell you what, he just pulled that ball, went down the line. And I tell you what, down in that corner, that's a tough corner, Troy.
Yeah. Well, and here's the other thing that you're probably thinking at this stage. If you focus on getting Mendez and not worry about Douglas, I think you're in a better shape as a pitcher. Here is Dominic McKiernan, kind of a half swing there, and he's down in the count at 0-1. Now, he's had a good night tonight. He is 3 of 3, all singles. His first look at Moore tonight, and that pitch
hit him.
Nearly get him on that foot. I think he dodged out of the way. Runner takes off. Nobody covering home plate, and Mendez will score because Moore unable to get to the plate in time, and that's just a lack of concentration right there on Moore.
Yep. And you moved.
By the way, Moore will be charged with a wild pitch, as that one underneath the feet of Dominic McKiernan. And the pitch outside, 2-1.
Looks like the wheels are a little wobbly here for the Warriors.
Yeah, they are. Boy, and you'd hate to see that Gabe Unger, who pitched so well in those 3 innings, watching the bullpen. This is going to be popped up foul territory. And how about that play by Moore as he rushes over and makes the catch as he goes into the netting.
How about him thankful for that netting?
Boy, no kidding. You know, that scored an F1, but that won't show in the scorebook how far he went to go get that and still able to make the catch and
then absorb the hit.
Yeah, not run through the net, too. Here is Caden Logan.
That would not have been good.
It would have been not good at all. Your brand new netting like that. Pitch is up high. Well, I would imagine Jones probably thought, Moore probably thought, you know what? I didn't hustle to home plate on covering the base.
I don't want to hear the coach yell at me twice.
At least I can make up for it a little bit.
Good point.
Here's the pitch. Outside, 2-0. By the way, shadows are going to be a factor here.
Yep.
As we see them now starting to come in from center field and left field. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's outside, ball 3. Games didn't start right at 5:30. As that pitch inside for ball 4. And here is Brady Ray. What was a 7-0 lead is now 7-3. Ray is going to hit, but we have a pinch runner heading down to first base. That'll be number 8 now for Scecina, which is Zach Plunkett.
Pitch running for Scecina, number 8, Zach Plunkett.
Plunkett, by the way, starter in center field, but he doesn't hit.
Next to bat for Crusaders, number 21, Brady Ray.
That pitch in there for a strike. Ray tonight. Caught looking in the first, hit by pitch in the third, singled in the 5th.
Umpire's been really consistent with the inside corner of that plate.
The stretch by Moore. And this one hit foul. So Ray quickly down to no balls and 2 strikes. Scecina so far tonight, we're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4. They've left 5 runners in scoring position. Breaking pitch stays up high, 1-2. Well, you get a couple of those across, and all of a sudden you're thinking it's 7-5, and you have a runner at first base. He takes off. Throw down to second base. Did they get him? Nope. The shortstop drops it. That'll be a stolen base there by Plunkett.
I think he had him. Just dropped the ball.
So the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ray. Popped him up, right side. Right fielder. The first baseman. The second baseman coming over and making the catch is Laughlin. That could have been trouble right there, but a nice play by Laughlin in foul territory to get the final out here in the 6th inning. But Scecina comes up with 2 runs. We head to the 7th. It's 7-3 Covenant.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Back here at Scecina, 7-3 as we head to the top of the 7th inning. And to just make sure we give equal time, we're going to do the sports page trivia question here in the 7th. And let's go back to Coach Keith Myers.
Major League Baseball trivia. Who hit the most home runs in baseball contests in any league? Was it Jay Clark, J.D. Martinez, Bobby Lowe, or Lou Gehrig?
You ask that again.
Who hit the most home runs in baseball contest in any league? Jay Clark, J.D. Mendez, Bobby Lowe, or Lou Gehrig?
Now you're talking about in just one game?
Yes.
Who hit the most home runs in one game?
Mm-hmm. In any league. So it could be major, minor.
Number 2, Ty Gillespie.
Here's Gillespie as he'll step up.
No.
I honestly don't know.
It wasn't Ty Gillespie.
No, but he's at the plate.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it was Jay Clark.
And who's Jay Clark?
I have no idea who Jay Clark is.
Who Jay Clark play for?
I just wrote the trivia question.
Here's the pitch. That one's going to be lined, a base hit into left field by Gillespie. And he's going to get extra bases. That one rolls all the way to the warning track. And the second double of the night by Ty Gillespie.
Are you ready for the last question of the day?
I'd still love to know who.
Hey, I'll look Jay Clark up for you.
Played for Cleveland. Yeah. Okay. So that the Cleveland Indians?
Wouldn't be the Indians back then, would it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll tell you later.
All right, so we'll find out. Here is Henry Boyce.
Next to bat for Covenant Christian, number 13, Henry
That is the, fourth double of the night now for Covenant.
Last question.
We got one more sports page trivia question.
Yes, sir.
So we get how many tonight?
We get total of 4 tonight.
All right.
Yep.
The Naps throw to second. So the Cleveland Naps, we have to be going way back on that one.
Well, we're looking at.
What was it?
It said it was 1910.
1910.
Can we get anything in the modern era when you ask those questions?
Fine, hang on, I'll go.
Here's the pitch on the way. And holding off will be Boyce.
How about this, a WWE question?
Okay.
Who is the WWE World Champion?
Right now?
Yes.
That is, hold on. There's a strike. It just happened the other night, didn't it?
Yes, sir.
That is Cody Rhodes.
That's correct.
Yes. Son of Dusty Rhodes. Yes, son of Dusty Rhodes.
Chuck is at home probably fist pumping everybody.
Yeah. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Henry Boyce as we've gone from baseball to wrestling. Here's the pitch, and squaring to bunt is Boyce. He pulls back, but the pitch is in there for a strike.
Well, you know, we went on the air at 5:30. It's 7:37. I haven't had my hot dog yet.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did not.
Oh, you didn't?
I shared.
Oh.
They only had 3 down there, and I bought 3. How nice is that of me?
Yeah, real nice of you. Time called here.
Because I'm going to Giacomo's after this game.
I bet you are. We mentioned those shadows are now over the pitcher's mound. As we get later in the evening here, and some clouds might be covering that sun here pretty soon as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Boyce.
You know, if you're Covenant Christian here, that run at second base might be pretty important.
It could be. 2 balls, 2 strikes, Boyce back in. Boyce has doubled, walked, and struck out tonight. The stretch by Douglas. He'll spin and throw down to second. Tag laid on, but not in time, but a close play.
How bad did he want that out?
If you're looking ahead to the bottom of the 7th inning, it'll be Romo, Knowlton, and Weimer all due up. By the way, we did not begin at 5:30.
Nope, I listed at a 5:55 start.
We didn't start that late, though.
Okay.
Maybe 5:45.
I can't read my 5s.
Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it for Boyce.
How about 5:40?
We'll split the difference.
Okay.
How about 5:42 and a half?
Okay, there we go.
All right. There's one away.
Next
Here is
number 1,
Jamison Laughlin.
Good kid.
Still a runner at second base. That's Gillespie. We have had, do you speak of length of games when the HCAC tournament rolls around, we've had some games that are nearly 4 hours. But that might change if that's going to be fouled away. If they stick with the
time clock.
Times, and they got to pitch it at a certain. Now, Major League Baseball players are telling you the reason that they have so many injuries with the pitchers now is they're having to pitch so quickly now.
Yeah.
And they're upset about that.
Yeah, I bet they are.
The union will be all over that. One thing for sure, they don't have to worry about that up at Comiskey Park because there's no way that anybody's pitching any decent up there for the White Sox. Here's a fly ball into center field. And the catch made by Plunkett, and there's 2 away. You notice how I got that shot in one more time about your White Sox.
Yeah, I saw that. You know, Ben Wood is a White Sox fan as well.
No, he's not.
No?
No. We got 2 Cubs fans, a Cardinals, and then we got you. What are you, Miller? Tigers, that's right, I forgot.
The what?
Tigers.
Detroit still plays baseball?
That's the Covenant Christian number 7.
I'll tell you this. I'll split the difference. I will be an Indianapolis Indians as long as I live in Indianapolis. How about that?
All right, we'll let you have it.
They are my Major League Baseball team.
Here is Bruce Egan. And right now Douglas trying to finish it out here in the top of the 6th inning. That'll be tapped back to the pitcher, and actually that was number 7, Gabe Unger, at the plate there for Covenant. That's going to do it for the Warriors in the 7th. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Covenant leads at 7-3.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Well, we head to the bottom half of inning number 7, and by the way, in tribute to Cody Rhodes, you're hearing his walk-up music, if I'm not mistaken here. You like that, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, right now it's, by the way, I just noticed how that cloud has covered the sun in left field, so this could be interesting from a vision standpoint here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Romo, Knowlton, and Weimer all due up.
Want to thank Joe Haggerty up here at the press box tonight, Jason Kerr and the athletic staff, David Pfeiffer from Covenant Christian and the coaching staff of baseball. Want to thank Ben Wood, working very hard today, folks. I'll tell you what, it's we're blessed that we're on the air, and we want to thank Daniel Miller as well. Of course, Troy is always doing a great job. We thank you very much supporting for what we do at IndianaSRN.
New pitcher will be Henry Weimer. He'll be the 5th pitcher tonight.
I tell you what, this is probably good for Covenant Christian's bullpen, don't you think?
I would think so, yeah. Get some innings in when you're up 7-3, and Weimer will get a chance to throw here. Means we have potentially a new, we'll see what we got here. So Weimer was at first base, and then they moved Romo to first out of left field.
Next to bat for the Crusaders, number 25, Manny Romo.
Or excuse me, not Romo, but that one's going to be hit to the shortstop. And a high throw, and that'll be an error on Gillespie.
Is this pitching for Covenant Christian?
Yeah, the new pitcher is Weimer.
This for Covenant Christian, number 22, Carson Suits.
So Romo will be safe at second base on the throwing error on the shortstop Gillespie. And now stepping up for Scecina will be Jackson Daves.
New pitcher for Covenant Christian?
Scecina World, number 27, Nolan Jones. Is this new pitcher for Covenant Christian or Scecina?
Yeah, the new pitcher for Covenant Christian is number 22, which number 22, is...
that's Carson Suits.
Yes, Carson Suits. So Suits is pitching. That'll be a chopper left side. Could be a tough play. Suits coming off, and he'll field and throw. Did he get him?
Yes! Whoa!
Romo advancing on to third.
Maybe by a half step there, Troy.
Boy, that was close.
Nice camera work.
So Daves was pinch hitting in the 7th inning. But a great play there by the pitcher, Suits.
That's a big out, folks.
And excuse me, here is Weimer. I had him mixed up. I had Weimer, for some reason, pitching, and I knew that couldn't be right. So, again, it was Suits, just a junior. And it's 0-1 now to Weimer. Suits ready to throw once again, and a off-speed pitch. And Weimer way out in front.
He was looking for fastball.
By the way, Suits on the year, 1-2 with an ERA 4.85. Pitches outside, 1-2. Suits has thrown 13 innings this year. That is a team best. 18 hits, 10 runs, 9 earned with 8 strikeouts and a walk. Pitch on the way, popped up, shallow left field, coming on to make the catch for out number 2, and quickly, great arm to get it back into the infield.
Would you attest the arm?
Not with it. You don't want to get an out there at this stage.
Next to bat for the Crusaders, number 20, Keegan Ray.
Cope, by the way, strong arm there in left field, so that'll bring up now another pinch hitter. This time it'll be Keegan Ray. Ray will hit here for Will Battles. So 2 away here in the 7th inning.
Both coaches used their benches tonight.
They sure did. There's a strike.
You know, long year for baseball. You know, they'll play at least 30 games, some maybe 25 at the least.
Keegan Ray back in, swing and a miss.
And the season goes very quickly because you play those games in less than 8 weeks.
Yeah. It will go fast. You don't have a whole lot of choice.
Nope.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and got him. So that will do it as Covenant here in the 7th inning gave up the one base runner, the error. And that's going to do it here tonight as Covenant picks up the win, Coach. They now go to 3-4. Scecina will fall to 1-6, but a good pitching effort tonight by Douglas despite getting the loss. And, again, you saw 5 pitchers used tonight by Covenant as well.
Yes, very good ball game. A game that took 2 hours and 7 minutes to play.
So your final score once again as Covenant wins it by a final of 7-3. And once again, Unger gets the win, and Douglas will take the loss. Scecina now 1-6 on the season. And again, Covenant will go to 3-4. That's going to do it here from Scecina High School as Covenant wins at 7-3. Thanks to the entire crew as always. Thank you for joining us for our Game of the Week here on IndianaSRN.